Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Dallas.
And my name is Nataliah.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 reasons why we bought our first home, and also explain how at any moment we could have lost it. To preface this video, we believe it's important to disclose our background first.
So I graduated high school in 2018 and then attended Portland State University for 1 year until dropping out to work full-time as an escrow assistant, where Dallas and I actually met.
After college, I worked in property management for 1 year before leaving to work in escrow, where again, I met Nataliah over here.
We were both escrow assistants at the same title company, and we worked together for several months before really getting to know each other. It wasn't until a work party where we really hit it off, and then I moved in 3 months later.
The rest is history. We both really found our passion for real estate during the COVID quarantine. We began Instacarting and Postmating outside of our normal jobs to start a side income, and during that time we listened to a lot of Bigger Pockets podcasts that really motivated us to get into real estate.
It was during that time where we both decided that we wanted to invest in real estate ASAP. We had no idea where we were going to start, but thankfully we both worked in escrow, so it wasn't too hard to find the right people to talk to.
And we studied the content from a lot of high-level real estate investors like Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, Brandon Turner, David Green, and basically any other guests that they brought on their podcast.
Here are the 5 reasons why we decided to buy our first house at the end of 2020.
Reason number 1, tax benefits. So, as you all know, 2020, some of us received stimulus checks, and like I mentioned earlier, we were Instacarting and Postmating, which earned a lot of 1099 contract, so that money isn't taxed up front and gets taxed later. So with the stimulus check and the 1099 work, we knew that taxes could be really brutal this year, unless we bought our first house. When you buy a house, you're able to write off a lot of the taxes you pay towards the house, and even some of that purchase amount that first year you buy it. Typically around $5,000 tax credit per person is what you see, so that buffer is what prompted us to try and get it done within the 2020 year.
Reason number 2, we wanted to stop renting. The reason we wanted to stop renting was because each month when you make your rent payment, you're just covering that month. There aren't any long-term benefits with making a rent payment. Whereas when you own a home, each mortgage payment goes towards building equity in your home. So there's a lot of long-term benefits with owning your home and making your mortgage payments.
Number 3, low interest rates. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. During the COVID crisis, interest rates took a bigger dip after the economy did, to balance out the economy. And because of this, we were able to secure a home for much lower than we would have previously to the COVID quarantine. I believe they're around 3 to 4% before the COVID crisis, and now you can get loans even at 1.9 now, but we got ours for 2.7. Number 4, house hack potential. So we were looking for a place that also had a few extra bedrooms, not just for our offices, but in the event that the world gets, sticky and weird and we need extra help, having a couple extra rooms to rent out as a fallback is something we were looking for as an option for our first home.
And lastly, reason number 5, creative freedom. When you're renting, you are subject to all of the rules and regulations that the property management has laid out for you. Whereas when you own a home, you have the creative freedom to do anything with the interior or exterior of your home. And you have a lot more privacy as well.
Now, getting the home was not as simple as walking in and buying it. Our first offer we threw out was $5,000 over the asking price, and we were rejected within 12 hours. However, throughout 2020, we did various side hustles through Instacart, Postmates, and a few other methods, none of which could have been counted since at the time we'd only been doing them, I think the longest one was a year and a month. So that wasn't going to be counted towards our income, and we knew that going into it.
We were doing all these side hustles just to save up as much money as we could to set us up best when buying our first home.
After shopping around and getting a home in contract and subsequently shopping around different lenders, we found an option with a 0 down, no mortgage insurance, very similar to like a USDA, VA loan, or something for like a teacher or firefighter. We were really pumped on it because we didn't meet any of those qualifications, but for this specific loan, we did, at least at first, until after some digging, and they ended up only counting a portion of my income, as some of my income was labeled as commission, which is totally fine and could be counted. However, since I wasn't receiving that commission type for 2 years, it had only been like 6 months in that structure, they weren't gonna count it. meaning that I made significantly less in the eyes of the lender. This took us out of qualification and approval status for the 0 down loan, and we were forced to reapply very quickly to a new loan type and had to wait all weekend to see if we even got approved. Monday came around the corner and we did end up getting approved, and we thought all was well.
Until our loan officer reached out to us and said that we had not been making our rent payments for the past 3 months. This was news to us. We had no idea. Our rent was set up on an auto payment with our property management, and we had made a one-time payment that messed up our auto payment, and our card information needed to be re-verified. Although since it was during COVID time, they did not reach out. They didn't tell us that we had payments due. We had no idea. Granted, we should have been looking a little bit more carefully, but it was an easy mistake as there were so many other moving pieces going on.
But luckily, we called the property management group immediately, verified that none of the funds had been taken out previously, paid everything in full, and even got a letter of explanation over the same day. I believe to this day this was the only reason we got the home, because the deal could have fell through, or we would have been forced to wait till the following year, which would have taken away all the tax benefits that we were pumped for. So at the end of the day, we did end up getting it to go through because of the explanation letter and constant communication.
The main thing that we want you guys to take away from this is just be consistent, be responsive.
If you're in the process of getting a home loan, whenever anyone reaches out to you, whether it's escrow, mortgage, or even your own, HR department of your work, you got to be responsive. You have to be on top of it, because all those people play a part in helping you secure that loan, and you want to make sure you put your best foot forward.
So this process was not easy. It was not fun, but it was definitely worth it.
The process was not fun, but after getting through it, it was definitely worth it, and we're 10 times more prepared for our second and third homes. All in all, that's all we had for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you have any feedback you want to give, please do so below in the comments and drop a like. And if you really like the video, a subscribe never hurts.
Nope.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.
Peace.